Hello everyone، أهلا وسهلا بكم في تعلم الإنجليزية. النهاردة هنتعلم مع بعض my house. النهاردة هنتعلم مع بعض حاجة احنا عايشين فيها على طول وبنضيع وقتنا كله فيها وبنقعد طول اليوم فين؟ في البيت. So it's much better to know everything about our surroundings. كل حاجة حوالينا موجودة حوالينا. So we should start by learning everything about our houses, the house we live in. Now, I will take you to today's main objectives. Today's lesson main objectives. أهم النقط أو الجولز أو الأهداف اللي احنا عايزين نتعلمها النهاردة في درس اليوم. Now, the first objective عايزين نتعلم what are the types of houses. What are the types of houses. قبل ما نتعلم ايه كل الحاجات والفurniture والأدوات and all the objects والعفش اللي موجود في البيت أساميهم ايه and where can I find them، لازم نتعلم types of houses. types of houses اللي ممكن نكون بنشوفها واحنا ماشيين بالعربية أو بنشوفها واحنا ماشيين في الشارع، أو يمكن there's a lot of types of houses we've never seen before. So our first objective will be what are the type of houses. Second objective will be what are the parts of the house and the rooms in it. وعايزين نتعلم ايه اسامي الغرف اللي في بيتنا. Third objective will be what are the names of the objects and the furniture in it. عايزين نتعلم the names of each object and where can we find it. Where is it located in our house? Now, let's ask ourselves a question. What are the main resources that are important for humans to survive? ايه أهم العناصر اللي احنا كبني آدمين محتاجينها عشان نقدر نعيش، نقدر live our lives. Now, resources يعني ايه؟ resources يعني عناصر، حاجات أساسية محتاجينها علشان يبقى فيه human beings on planet Earth. Okay, our first resource is food. لو مش بناكل we will not be able to survive. مش هنقدر نعيش. Water. We need water to be able to survive. محتاجين ماء. Then the third main resource is shelter. Shelter. So we need food, water, shelter يعني المسكن اللي احنا هنعيش فيه. We need the sun and air. طبعا محتاجين الشمس ومحتاجين الهواء. So shelter is one of the most important resources that we need. ما ينفعش ان احنا نستغنى عنها. It's not something I want. هي مش حاجة انا عاوزها. لا، هي حاجة احنا محتاجينها. We need shelter to be able to survive. Types of houses. دلوقتي let's go through the different types of houses and where can we find this type of house. فين نقدر نلاقي أنواع الهاوسز المختلفة في أنهي habitat في أنهي surrounding. Now, there are many types of houses that people live in and use for shelter, مسكن. Some are commonly known and others might be new to us. Let's explore all of them. Let's explore all of them. يلا نروح نشوفهم كلنا مع بعض. كل type individually لوحده. هنتفرج على كل type ونتعرف على أساميهم. Now, the first type of house is a camper van. Camper van. Can you believe that people actually live in this van? So they actually live in it and they like to rotate. بيحبوا يتجولوا ب this type of house. إن هي في van, a moving vehicle. في ناس بتعيش في الكامبر van. في ناس بتعيش في التنت. ممكن بابا وماما أو أهلنا أو our family يبقوا حابين يطلعوا camping in the mountains في الجبال، ويقولوا يلا نطلع camping، نقعد يومين 3 4، فبياخدوا التنت دي as a shelter، ممكن يعيشوا فيها ويأكلوا فيها ويناموا فيها، فده اسمه shelter. Something that is contained you could be able to live inside، حاجة تقدر تعيش جواها. The third type is igloo. Igloo. Did you know that people actually live in this circle house? الإجلو ده كمان فيه حاجة غريبة جدا، ده ساقع جدا، ده مش هنلاقيه in a forest، مش هنلاقيه في الغابة، ومش هنلاقيه في الجراسلاندز في الأراضي الخضراء، ولا هنلاقيها في السيتي. This type of house هنلاقيها in a very cold areas in the North Pole، هنلاقيها في وسط جبال ثلجية. This type of igloo ما ينفعش نلاقيها في an atmosphere that is sunny، مش هينفع نلاقيها في منطقة فيها شمس، هيسيح البيت ده فعلا هيسيح. So this is a type of shelter we call igloo. Types of houses. Now this is another type of house, it's called a lighthouse. Where do we find this lighthouse? Usually we find it near oceans and seas. نوع البيوت ديت بنلاقيها جنب الأوشن، بنلاقيها جنب البحر أو المحيطات. عمرنا ما هنلاقيها في السيتي، مش هنلاقيها في المدينة. This type of house is there actually its main focus or its main job إن هي بتقول للمراكب إمتى تعدي وإمتى لأ. This is called a lighthouse. Another type of house أكيد دي شفناها قبل كده. It's called detached house. Detached house. This type of house, of course, why do I call it detached? هي بعيدة عن أي type of house، مش زي العماير اللي جنب بعضها، لا هي house قايمة بذاتها and it's surrounded with grass areas. Another type of house called cottage. طبعا كل أنواع الهouses دي people live in and they take as shelter. Cottage. Cottage. And this we usually could find it in a forest. We could find it in grass areas. Another type of house called villa. Villa. Now this type of house it's usually stand alone. ما بيبقاش جنبيها villas لازقة قوي أو very close to each other، تبقى بعيدة عن بعض. Villa. Sometimes you could find in a villa a swimming pool. Usually we find it there. Apartment building. Apartment building. That's another type of house we call apartment building. يبقى عبارة عن مبنى كبير وفي houses جنب بعضها. الدور الواحد ممكن يبقى فيه أكتر من one apartment، أكتر من شقة. Terraced buildings or terraced houses. This type of house has a big balcony. That's why we call it terraced houses. It's not like the apartment houses. This one is designed يعني مبنية إن هي تبقى فيها تراس كبير أو balcony كبيرة. Castles. Now a castle, I don't think we usually see a castle, but you see it in your stories, in your fairy tale stories. Castles is always located in a fairy tale story or in Alexandria. I don't think we have any here. Castles, قصر. Another type of house, semi-detached house. Semi-detached house. Another type of houses, I don't think we have them a lot here. It's called skyscrapers. Skyscrapers or high-rise buildings. Skyscrapers علشان هم طوال قوي. This type of building is so tall إن هي actually ممكن تلمس السحاب. بتلمس ال clouds. That's why we call it skyscrapers. إنها بتلمس السحاب فوق كأنها بتلمس السما فوق. It's very tall buildings. We could find it in America أو زي برج خليفة for example. Another type of house is our normal houses. Houses that are attached to each other. جنب بعض. But they are not a building. هما house, a small house like 1 or 2 floors, and it's next to other houses that look alike. شبه بعض. Hut. Hut. Other people could live in a hut. Farmhouse. Farmhouse. ده نوع تاني من الhouses. We could find it in a farm. Farmers use these type of houses because they need to be next to their cows and sheep and all the other animals they're raising. Farmhouse بنلاقيها في الfarm. Log cabin. Log cabin. This cabin you could find it in the woods or in the forest. في الغابات أو في الأماكن اللي فيها شجر كتير جدا. اسمها log cabin. Another type of house called barn. Barn. برضو الbarn ممكن نلاقيها in a farm. Barn in a farm. Another type of house, hotel. Some people like to live in hotels. في شوية من الناس بيحبوا يعيشوا في الهوتيل وبتبقى كأنها زي بيتهم بيعيشوا فيه على طول. Buildings. Buildings. These are normal type of houses. عبارة عن مباني كبيرة قوي وبيبقى فيها الهاوسز. البيوت اللي احنا ساكنين فيها. الابارتمنت. Dormitory. Dormitory. Usually الدورميتوري ده بنلاقيه مثلا في الجامعات. بتبقى زي مساكن كتير جنب بعضها للطلبة يعيشوا فيها. For students to live in. If they come from a far place, they come from a long destination, they have to come from one place to another, فبيجوا ويسكنوا في الدورميتوري instead of going back and forth every day in traffic. Another type of house, nursing homes. Nursing homes. Nursing homes بتبقى للكبار في السن. يعني بنودي grandfather or our grandmother يقعدوا هناك to have extra care, to receive extra care. فبنسميها nursing house. And that's the last type of house we are going to learn today. All these types of houses we could find it in different locations. ممكن نلاقيها في أماكن مختلفة في جو مختلف. مش هنلاقي a farmhouse في North Pole. No. Now we're going to go to our second objective, which is the outer part of a house. هناخد واحدة من الhouses وهنبتدي نتكلم على a lot of vocabulary. This part of today's lesson is listen and repeat. Listen and repeat. هنسمع مع بعض ونعيد ورايا each vocabulary كل كلمة عن the outer part of the house. Garden. Garden. برا البيت بتاعنا هنلاقي garden. Garden. هنلاقي fence. كل بيت لازم يبقى فيه سور محاوطه. السور ده بنسميه fence. Fence. Another thing we're going to find in our house, balcony. Balcony. اللي هي البلكونة. Balcony. Windows. Windows. A window طبعا اللي هي الشبابيك اللي موجودة في بيتنا اسمها ايه؟ Windows. هايلين. Windows. swimming pool. swimming pool زي ما قلنا ممكن نلاقيها في فيلا أو ممكن نلاقيها في detached houses. swimming pool. basement. basement. Now, a basement is actually a room underground. تحت الأرض بتبقى المبنى كله فوق. The house, the entire house is above the ground. فوق الأرض. البيسمنت بيبقى أوضة تحت الأرض. Sometimes we use it for laundry. Sometimes we use it for حاجات قديمة في البيت عايزين نشيلها. دي اسمها basement. drain pipes. drain pipes زي ما احنا شايفين كده ساعات بيبقى فيه عمدان. العمدان دي بتبقى معمولة من حديد. دي اسمها drain pipes. drain pipes. shutter walls. shutter walls. shutter walls دي اللي هي الوالز اللي بره البيت. الوالز اللي بره البيت. It's not a normal wall علشان هي بتبقى مصنوعة بطريقة to block the wind. So we call it shutters or shutter wall. lights. lights اللمض أو الأنوار اللي بره البيت. chimney. chimney. chimney is an opening. You will find it on the top of the roof. هنلاقيه كده زي ما احنا شايفين جزء طالع من الروف فوق من السطح ده بيبقى اسمه chimney. chimney. roof السطح. roof. roof. attic or attic. Now in British English we say attic. attic اللي هي بتبقى الأوضة اللي في الروف بتبقى دايما مستطيلة in a triangle shape. So this we call it attic in British English. American English we call it attic. attic. It's a very small room. garage. garage. Now the garage of course is for our cars. بنركن عربيتنا في الجراج اللي هي garage. garage. Porsche. Porsche. Of course I'm not talking about the car. That would be a nice thing, but this is called Porsche اللي هو الجزء اللي بيبقى قدام مدخل العمارة أو قدام مدخل البيت. الجزء الخشبي دوت بعد ما بنطلع السلم ده اسمه Porsche. بنقعد فيه بنجيب chairs and we have a cup of tea. بنقعد فيه بنجيب كراسي علشان الشمس الجميلة. stairs. stairs سلالم. stairs. mail box. mail box اللي هو صندوق البريد اللي احنا شايفينه هنا اسود صغير علبة صغنطوطة اسمها mail box. path. path. path is a walking passage. It's a walking passage that ان احنا نقدر to walk on. طبعا we have a garden. عندنا جنينة مش عايزين نمشي على الزرع on the grass على الجنينة فبنعمل a walking passage for us to be able to walk on. فدي اسمها path. مكان نقدر نمشي عليه بيبقى صخري. driveway. driveway. driveway طبعا عشان ندخل الجراج بنمشي بالعربية وندخل جوه. الجزء ده من الأرض اسمه driveway مخصص إن العربية تمشي عليه بيبقى أسفلتي. Okay, it's called driveway. door. Our final part of the outer parts of the house is called door. الباب طبعا. door. And you have to make sure you lock it in. It's called door. لازم نبقى متربسينه. So it's called door. تعالوا بينا نبتدي نعرف and identify our rooms, the different rooms we have in our house, ونقدر نتعرف على أسامي كل room منهم and what we can find in it. Are you excited? يلا بينا تعالوا مع بعض نروح ونشوف نقدر نكتبها ازاي مع بعض. I want you to prepare a piece of paper جنبكم تقدروا تكتبوا معايا each name of the houses we could find or of the rooms we could find inside our house. Let's go. Okay, تعالوا معايا identify ونعرف نكتب أسامي each room we could find inside our house. And let's try to draw it as well. So here I'm gonna write types of rooms. Okay, now the first room we could find is the living room. I will write here number 1. And I will say, of course, I'm going to write it in capital letter, living room. The second type of room we could find is the bed room. Of course, it's one word. Now, the third type of room I could find is the bath room. Fourth type, could you guess with me? It is the study. Not all houses have this type of room, but I'm still going to mention it because some houses have it. It's called the laundry room. That's 2 words. Laundry room. And then we have the little room that I mentioned previously. We find it all the way in the top of our house. I call it attic or attic. British English, actually, we say it attic. In American, we say attic. So living room, bedroom, bathroom, study, laundry room, and attic. Let's see if you could try to draw something. So over here, of course, this is like a couch, not a car. Okay, and this is where we sit down on a couch, الكنبة. Okay, of course it has legs. We find this in the living room. We could also find a TV. Now, this is a bedroom. I don't know if I know how to draw good, but I'm trying. Bedroom. Here is the bathroom, which I could find a bathtub. I could find a bathtub. It looks more like a ship, but we could work with it. A study is a place, it's a room. Not all houses have it, but most houses do, for you to go and study when you go to your room or to the study room. It usually has a desk and a chair, so you could be able to study. And it has a bookcase or a bookshelf. So this is called a study, in which we could find a table and, of course, I'm gonna put here a beautiful vase with flowers. Okay, laundry room. It's a room where I could find the washing machine. المكان اللي ممكن ألاقي فيه washing machine, الغسالة بتاعت الهدوم. Or I could find ironing board, مكان ما بكوي الهدوم. So I'm going to draw here a washing machine with buttons. Okay, this is a washing machine. The attic is the small room I could find all the way in the top. A small room I find it هنلاقيها في أول الهاوس فوق خالص. دي أوضة صغيرة ممكن نلاقي فيها either another study or a small bedroom, or I could find in it old stuff that we don't want to use. We could find a dresser, for example, دولاب. All these rooms we're going to discuss further. وهنشرح أكتر. هنلاقي إيه في كل أوضة فيهم. طبعا we have like 3 more rooms and I want you to figure out what are those rooms. Let's go and see them together and revise them again on a piece of paper. يلا بينا معايا. تعالوا معانا نشوف كل اسم من أسامي الأوض. Each name, where is it located exactly in our house؟ هي موجودة فين في البيت. ونشوف other rooms. Did you think about the rooms that we did not write over there? One very important room you guys love the most. We all love the most. The kitchen. Did you figure that out? اكتشفتوها؟ لسه في rooms تانية هنلاقيها في البيت اللي احنا عايشين فيه and we want to identify it ونعرف الأسامي بتاعتها. Now, دي as we can see, this is the attic. The attic. A very small room ممكن نسيب فيها شوية حاجات مش عايزينها في البيت فبنحطها في الاتيك. ممكن ساعات بنحط فيها a bedroom. بتبقى أوضة صغنطوطة خالص في in the very very high tip of the house. The other room is the bedroom. Bedroom, and it's one word as I said before. زي ما قلنا قبل كده it's one word. It's a compound noun. وده هنشرحه في درس تاني. Another room over here as you can see أنا بشاور عليه living room. Living room. Another room laundry room. Laundry room. room تانية بنلاقيها في البيت عندنا bathroom. Bathroom. Another room called the study. Study اسمها study. Another room called dining room. Dining room. And our favorite room in which our moms spend most of her time in, معظم وقتها بتقضي في kitchen. kitchen. Preparing delicious meals for all of us. علشان تحضر لنا كل الوجبات اللي احنا بنحبها هنلاقيها في kitchen. Kitchen. طبعا inside our house we have another. It's not a room but it's a place أو حاجة أو منطقة أو حاجة هنلاقيها في بيتنا اسمها hallway. hallway يعني الطرقة اللي بنمشي فيها علشان نخش في كل rooms. في كل room inside our house we're going to find something called a hallway. hallway. أتمنى نكون كتبنا كل ده in a piece of paper so we could be able to memorize it later on ونذاكر ونقدر نفتكر كل room in our house. What do we call it? أسمائهم إيه؟ where to find it. Okay. Next. دلوقتي عايزين نشوف كل روم من الرومز دي ايه الادوات وايه الفurniture العفش اللي ممكن نلاقيه جواها. يعني for example انا عايزه اتفرج على التي في، عايزه اتفرج على التلفزيون، هخش laundry room، هخش مكان انا بسيب فيه الهدوم والغساله، ولا هخش الستادي الاقي تي في فيها or the kitchen. No. عايزين نتعلم ونعرف where to find each object and where to find it exactly, in which room should we find it in, ونعرف أسمائهم كلها. Now, let's take our first room. I call it the living room. Living room. ده المكان اللي احنا بنقعد فيه معظم وقتنا واحنا في البيت. دلوقتي ده هنلاقي a lot of vocabulary قدامنا. I will point to each vocabulary. هشاور لكم على كل كلمة ونعرف أسماء كل حاجة inside this room. كل حاجة ممكن نلاقيها جوه الأوضة دي، بداخل الأوضة دي. أول حاجة هنلاقيها is wall. هنلاقي حيطان wall. تاني حاجة هنلاقيها is the arm chair. Arm chair. We have here 2 armchairs. Arm chair. هنلاقي floor. الأرض floor. هنلاقي chandelier. chandelier. chandelier دي اللي هي النجفة اللي متعلقة فوق في الحيطة. على الحيطة هنلاقي window. window الشباك. برضو على الشباك هنلاقي curtains to block the sun. علشان لو الدنيا شمس قوي بنقفل curtains. بنقفل curtains. Then we're going to find the floor lamp. الفلور لامب اللي واقفة، اللي هي اللمبة الكبيرة اللي بتبقى واقفة. Then we're going to find the table. table. فوق تحت التيبل على طول هنلاقي حاجة اسمها carpet. carpet اللي هي السجادة. carpet. carpet. هنلاقي sofa. السوفا دي اللي احنا بنقعد عليها. ساعات بنلاقي السوفا ورانا بيبقى الويندو والكيرتنز اللي هي الستارة، فبنقعد على السوفا. بنلاقي على السوفا مخدات صغيرة. المخدات دي بنسميها cushion. 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 Sometimes our moms and dads would like to hang a picture on the wall. picture. صورة. صورة على الحيطة بنعلقها اسمها picture. picture. Now these are all the things we could find in a living room, and we could find more things, more objects. Like what? We could find an air conditioner. AC. air conditioner اللي هو التكييف. We could find television. television التلفزيون. We could find speakers اللي هما الطوال دول. speakers. speakers. We could find a television cabinet. television cabinet اللي هو بيبقى الأدراج اللي تحت التلفزيون. طبعا we need a remote control. remote control اللي هو اللي بنقلب بيها القنوات بتاعت التلفزيون. الريموت. We could find a clock on the wall. جنب البيكتشر or on the other side we have 4 walls. clock. We could find a fireplace. مش شرط نلاقي fireplace. It's not usual in all the houses, but you could actually find a fireplace. fireplace. bookshelf. bookshelf. This is a bookshelf. المكتبة اللي بنشيل فيها الكتب بتاعتنا. Now these were all the things and all the objects we could find in a living room. Now let's see all the objects we could find in a bedroom. Now the first thing we could find is a bed. bed. البدروم دي المكان اللي احنا طبعا بننام فيه. أوضة النوم بتاعتنا. فهنلاقي فيها bed. هنلاقي فيها pillows. المخدات بتاعتنا pillows. هنلاقي فيها blanket. blanket البطانية اللي هنتغطى بيها. جنب البد هنلاقي الالارم كلوك اللي بيصحينا الصبح. هنلاقي الالارم clock المنبه، وهنلاقي lamp اباجوره صغنطوطه lamp. اللامب والالارم clock بيتحطوا على حاجه اسمها bedside table. bedside table. فوق البيد ممكن نلاقي poster. بعدين عندنا wardrobe or closet. Wardrobe is how we say it in the British English. Closet is how we say it in the American language, American English. So both of them of course are English language, بس لو هنقولها American هنقولها closet. فهي ليها اسمين، يا closet يا wardrobe. بنعلق فيها هدومنا، دولاب. chest of drawers اللي هي بتبقى عبارة عن أدراج بنحط فيها برضو هدومنا. dressing table shelf. And then here we could find a little carpet. Another room is the bathroom. We need to identify ونقدر نعرف ايه الobjects اللي هنلاقيها في الباثروم. هنلاقي shower. هنلاقي sink. السينك ده اللي هو الحوض اللي بنغسل فيه ايدينا، sink. We're going to find soap. صابونة. plunger. mirror. We will find lights. We will find a towel. الفوطة. We will find the toilet brush. Of course we're going to find the toilet seat. Toilet seat. We could find scale اللي هو الميزان اللي بنوزن نفسنا عليه. We could find scale. Of course a bathtub. Sponge اللي هي الليفة. sponge. bath mat. toilet paper. cabinet. And then here we will find a shelf. On top of these two shelves over here we will find items. هنلاقي برضو objects تانيين، حاجات تانية هنلاقيها فيها. We will find the toothpaste معجون الأسنان. We will find the toothbrush. We will find the shampoo, for example. We will find a hair dryer hanged on the wall متعلق في الحيطة. We will find a comb and hair brush. Now these are all the items we could find in a bathroom. Now let's go to the laundry room. More items. We have washing machine, laundry, laundry basket, ironing board, iron, dustpan, vacuum cleaner, broom, mop, and a boiler. It's سخان. boiler. Then let's go to our kitchen. Now in our kitchen we could find a lot of items, a lot of objects that we would love and be interested to know their names. Aren't you interested to know the names of the items? Let's see them together. Now you could find a counter. This is a countertop. اللي بنقطع عليها كل حاجة. blender blender. dishes dishes. knife stand knife stand. You could find a sink حوض sink. shopping board shopping board اللي بنقطع عليه الحاجة برضو بتاعتنا shopping board. pot pot. kettle kettle. cup cup. range hood range hood. We could find pans hanged on the wall pans. We could find an oven oven and the upper part of our oven من البوتاجاز. البوتاجاز فوق اسمه stove stove. والفرن اسمه oven oven. There's two parts of the oven and stove. طبعا بالعربي بنقول عليه بوتاجاز كله على بعضه، بس in English we divide it into two parts, which is stove and oven. We could find a dishwasher machine or a dishwasher. chair. We could find a microwave. We could find glass hanger. ممكن نكون معلقين الglasses on a glass hanger. And we're going to definitely find cabinets. Here we're going to find a refrigerator or fridge. Refrigerator. Here we're going to find a table. And on top of this table, we're going to find a lot of items that we use on a daily basis. كل يوم بنستعمل items دي، كل يوم بنستعمل الحاجات دي. ايه هي؟ plate, fork, napkin مش tissue، napkin, knife, spoon, salt shaker, and a glass. These are the items بنستعملها كل يوم عشان ناكل فيها ونشرب فيها. Now, objects we can find inside the kitchen. There are other objects we can find inside the kitchen as well. Let's go through them quickly. The first object is a tray. الصينية. A tray. This tray, we carry on it a lot of items. It helps us to carry more than 2 items, like cups and plates. Another object we can find, it's called a baking tray. Now, هما الاتنين trays, but this type of tray is called a baking tray. I could put it inside the oven to bake wonderful sweets and cakes and a gingerbread man. So we use it to bake cakes and cupcakes and cookies and all the delicious and yummy stuff that our moms cook or bake for us. Now we have a plate rack. Inside this plate rack you could find a mug, again a plate, a knife, a fork, spoon. All these items, we put it on a plate rack. It carries them after we wash them in the sink في الحوض, so they could dry out علشان ينشفوا. More objects we could find. We could find an egg beater. مضرب البيض. We use the egg beater to mix the eggs after we crack them. بعد ما بنcrack egg and then we beat them up. Now another thing, a strainer. الصفاية. Okay, to drain out the food علشان نصفي الأكل من المية. glove, oven glove. This type of glove is an oven glove. We use it because we need to protect our hands from the hot stuff and hot items that come out of the oven. meat beater, meat beater or meat tenderizer, meat tenderizer. When the meat is a chunk of beef like that, it's a big piece, fatty, بنقعد نبيت it so we could tenderize it عشان يبقى أخف وتبقى smooth وتبقى أرفع. We call it meat tenderizer. We use the meat tenderizer to hammer the big chunks of meat so it could become thinner and softer to cook faster. A saddle, soup saddle, soup saddle علشان نقدر نغرف بيها السوب or anything that is liquid based. أي حاجة liquid بنغرف بيها we scoop it in. juicer, juicer علشان العصير والبرتقال نقدر ان احنا نعمل fresh orange juice. We squeeze them on the juicer, بنعصرهم في الجوسر. grater or grater. This item we use it to grate the vegetables so we could chop it up on small pieces, in small pieces. bowl, bowl. We use the bowl to serve salads or to mix food ingredients together. احنا بنستعمل البول علشان نمix stuff together inside of it. جواها علشان نقدر نقلب حاجات كتير جوا بعض inside this bowl. toaster, toaster. This item is called sandwich maker. Sandwich maker. It heats up the bread so it could be nicely toasted. Mixer. Mixer. We usually use the mixer to mix big amounts of ingredients together, especially the tough ones like dough. يعني لو عايزين نعمل الدو اللي هي العجينة بتاعة البيتزا مثلا. We all love pizza, right? I'm sure you do. So we need the mixer to mix it up instead of using our hands. بدل ما نستعمل ايدينا, it's going to be really tough unless you have muscles to do it. You will need a mixer. Now, objects we can find in the kitchen. More objects. Food processor. بنحط الميت جواها وهي بتبروسس الميت أو أي نوع من الأكل بطاول لحتت صغنطوطة جدا. Or it mix it up together. Now, are you overwhelmed with all the vocabularies we learned today? أخذنا كلمات كتيرة قوي اتعلمناها النهاردة. يلا نفوكس together مع بعض على أهم الفوكابولاري اللي اتعلمناها, which is the names of the rooms we could find inside our house. أسامي كل غرفة, كل أوضة ممكن نلاقيها in our house. Now we will find a box here in the top فيها أسامي الرooms. يلا نشوف where can we find them. Now room number 1, where can we find it? All the way in the top. واسمها إيه زي ما قلنا اسمها attic. Room number 2, what do we call it? Bedroom. Bedroom. Room number 3, we call it bathroom. Bathroom. Room number 4, the yummy and delicious room, kitchen. Kitchen. The 5th room, we call it dining room, and this is where we find el sofra, the table, where we eat. Room number 6, living room, where we find the TV. Room number 7, we call it the hallway, الطرقة. And then the last place I would like to mention is the garden. It's not a room we could find inside the house, but it's located outside our house, and that's the tricky part. Garden, الجنينة اللي ممكن نلاقيها برا. Okay, and for today's lesson, I hope you enjoyed all the vocabularies we learned together. كل الكلمات اللي احنا عرفناها وكل الأدوات اللي احنا تعرفنا على أساميها بسرعة. أتمنى تكونوا انبسطوا بحلقة النهاردة, and I'm waiting for you inshallah next session. Stay safe and stay educated. Thank you very much.